The moment you turn your key in the lock, something extraordinary begins. Your dog is already at the door. You haven't spoken, you haven't called their name, but somehow, they knew. That scene plays out in millions of homes every single day. This frantic, joyful, slightly chaotic reunion between a human who is just running errands and a dog who is genuinely, overwhelmingly undone by their return. And most of us smile, maybe scratch an ear, say, okay, calm down, and move on with our evening. But have you ever stopped to wonder what is actually happening inside your dog's brain in that moment? Because it turns out, it's not what most people assume. And the truth is far more profound than you might think. To understand it, you have to go back. Not decades, not centuries, but thousands of years, to a time before dogs were companions, before they had names or beds or favorite spots on the couch. In those early days, canines lived in complex social groups where every reunion mattered. When a pack member returned after hours away, whether from hunting, scouting, or simply wandering, their return wasn't just emotionally significant, it was survival significant. It meant the pack was intact. It meant safety. It meant another day of protection and warmth and shared resources. The canine brain encoded that reunion with a powerful neurochemical reward. Coming home, being welcomed back, became one of the most deeply wired events in the social animal's emotional vocabulary. That ancient code didn't vanish when wolves became dogs. It didn't fade when dogs moved inside and humans took on the role of provider. That primal instinct simply redirected itself. The pack member returning from the hunt became you, pulling into the driveway after work. And the full force of 10,000 years of reunion chemistry floods your dog's brain the moment you walk through that door. Now let's talk about what this actually looks like, because not every homecoming greeting is the same, and the differences are telling. If your dog is waiting at the door before you've even parked the car, that's not coincidence. Research into canine hearing and scent recognition has shown that dogs can detect the specific sound of their owner's vehicle from extraordinary distances. Some studies suggest up to a quarter-mile away, depending on wind conditions. But even more fascinating is the scent component. Your smell begins entering the home the moment you approach it. Your dog's olfactory system, roughly 300 million scent receptors compared to our 6 million, is essentially receiving a real-time GPS signal of your proximity. The anticipation itself is neurologically active. Their dopamine system begins firing before you've touched the doorknob. You might think they're simply restless, but they're actually mid-greeting already. The reunion has started without you. Then there's the dog who spins. Full circles, sometimes multiple times, body low or bouncing, tail moving so fast it barely registers as a tail anymore. This behavior, which can look almost frenetic, is actually a release of accumulated emotional energy. Think of it this way, your dog has been holding the awareness of your absence for hours. Not anxiously, not always, but the knowledge that the pack is incomplete creates a kind of low-grade background tension. When you return, that tension discharges. The spinning, the zoomies, the dramatic floor flops. These are the nervous system releasing what it's been quietly holding. You might think they're just excitable, but it's actually a form of emotional decompression, and it only happens because your absence meant something. Some dogs greet you with sound, whines, yips, full-throated howls of what can only be described as protest at how long you were gone. Here's where it gets really interesting. Vocalization during reunion is one of the clearest signs of emotional bonding in social animals. Wolves do it. Elephants do it. Primates do it. When a deeply bonded social animal greets a returning companion with sound, they are essentially saying, in the oldest possible language, "I noticed you were gone. I am telling you I noticed." Your dog is not being dramatic. They are being precise. And then there's the quieter version. The dog who doesn't spin or vocalize, but simply walks to you and leans, presses their full body weight against your leg, stays there. This one often goes unrecognized for what it is, because it's subtle, but the lean is one of the most emotionally sophisticated greeting behaviors in a dog's repertoire. It's not clinginess, it's not insecurity, it is a dog re-establishing physical connection after a period of separation, essentially re-syncing with the presence they trust most. The lean says, "You are back in my sensory world, and I am anchoring to that." It's worth pausing when your dog does this, because they're not asking for much. They're just making sure you're real. Now, there's something most owners don't realize about the homecoming moment. What it reveals about the depth of your dog's emotional world. Studies measuring oxytocin, the neurochemical associated with bonding and trust, show significant spikes in dogs during reunions with their owners. And here's the part that surprised researchers. The oxytocin response in dogs greeting their person is comparable in magnitude to the response seen between human infants and their caregivers. Your dog's brain, in those first 60 seconds with you, is experiencing a genuine biochemical surge of love. Not a metaphor for love, not something like love, the actual neurological architecture of attachment, lighting up. Researchers call this kind of social synchrony, where two beings' nervous systems regulate in response to each other's presence. Affiliative bonding behavior. It's the same phenomenon observed in long-term human partnerships. Two nervous systems that have learned to find safety in each other. Your dog's heart rate, measurably elevated during your absence, begins to slow the moment you enter. Your scent alone triggers that shift. You are, from a neurological standpoint, your dog's primary co-regulator. What this means is staggering if you let it sink in. Your dog doesn't greet you wildly because they lack self-control. They greet you that way because their entire nervous system has been oriented toward your return. And when it happens, the relief is genuine, deep, and whole. You did that. Your consistency, your presence, your relationship built that response. The greeting at the door is the purest possible evidence of the bond you've created. And here's something fascinating. The benefits flow in both directions. Because while your dog's brain is flooding with oxytocin, so is yours. Studies on human-animal interaction show measurable drops in cortisol, the stress hormone, within minutes of contact with a bonded pet. Your blood pressure shifts, your breathing slows. Without consciously deciding to, your nervous system responds to your dog's greeting the same way your dog's responds to you. You are each other's regulation. You are, in the truest biological sense, a comfort system for one another. This co-evolved relationship, tens of thousands of years in the making, means that the chaos at your front door is not one-sided. Your dog needs the reunion, and quietly, in ways you might not even register after a long day, so do you. So what is your dog telling you when they lose their composure the moment you walk through that door? They are telling you that your absence was felt, that your return is the event their entire day has been oriented around. They are telling you, in spinning and leaning and vocalizing and pressing close, that you are their safe place, the still point in a world full of uncertainty. They are telling you, in the oldest, quietest language they have, that they choose you. And honestly, after everything, after the traffic and the emails and the weight of a long ordinary day, being chosen that completely, that joyfully, by a creature who asks for nothing but your presence, that's not a small thing. That's everything. Thanks for watching. If you loved learning about your furry best friend, be sure to like and subscribe for more.